And welcome back. It's How Not to Game with Cali Jack here on the Dyfed Rex channel. I'm Cali Jack, the personality used by Dyfed Rex when he's gaming. So, hopefully the video and audio are going well now that I've been told that it was too soft. And hopefully I'm not blowing everybody's voice out, eardrums out, who are used to it being soft. And the nightmare that is the wonders of our little realignment have begun to raise their heads. And what are those nightmares? Well, frankly, it looks like we've got one guy stuck. So, first thing first, always go in, check where his waypoints are. And his waypoints are set decent, so why does he have no route? Well, let's look at his stations. He's supposed to be going to Telford Power Station from Farpoint Coal. And there's the issue. Do you see it? Right below the stop sign. A signal left from when I was still double tracked. Yeah, I feel stupid. And I'd been away from the game, and it's run 2.5 years into 1930. So we jammed up the system for that long. Instead of generating cash to help pay for the corridor realignment, we cost ourselves a fortune. So with that one fix, I think that takes care of the last of it, but it leaves us with, because of the fact that there is a destruction cost in Simutrans. You don't get the money back for the rails you tear out. No. You're leasing that land for free. It's a free lease from the government, but you have to restore it back, and that's the problem. And we got another one that can't find a route. Where is he stopping at? Same spot. Let's see which train line he's on. And it's the Hastings Tap. Probably a signal issue. So we're going to park this over here. Close that out. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of vehicles stuck behind it. Yes, we've gotten a whole lot of messages while I was dealing with other things. A lot of things happen in the 27 to 30 range. And so now we got to figure out what's going on here. He's trying to get from Telford Coal Power back to the Hastings Small Coal Mine, or what we call the Tap. Uh-oh. And we rotate. Well, rotate one more. So that's the signal from up there. Is it down here that's causing him the problem? Well, if that's the case, we just need to put a choose here and an exit here to prevent him from being confused. But I'm not really seeing my issue yet. So I go through and I check again. And we go back and we say, hey, where's the waypoints we set? Oh, we did set waypoints. And where did we set waypoints? There. So there's our issue. So we just got to find the first one that is going to match to that. And none of those do. Does that one? No. There's the waypoint. So we kind of want him to come to our waypoints, but we don't have a waypoint mark in this stretch. So let's just delete the waypoint. I think we'll be safe in doing that. Does it get him going? He's got waypoints at where he's at, too. Are they the right direction ones? Yes. Yep. And then his next waypoint. That should be lighting up. Hi, stop popping things open on me. I understand you're doing things. Come back to this guy. Oh, remember we used to take and have the tap do the big zoom out. So this is the Hastings tap. I was thinking it was the other one. So if that's my next waypoint from where he's at, confirm that is the one where he's at, something here is what's wrong. He's not seeing the pathing. And that signal is in the wrong spot now and causing issues. So we should, with just a little bit of luck, start to see him moving any minute now. Give him the goose. He's still not moving. What's going on? We know that's good. We know that's good. So something's wrong with his pathing. Revert all changes. Revert. And in reality, I'm almost to the point of saying clear all the waypoints on the way back. He's still not moving. So something here is signaled wrong. So he's coming back from this. We're on at a stop. Let's get him forward and see if he can get forward to there. And then take him to his next spot, which will be the ML8. And we're going to toast him down. Sometimes, though, when a train gets stuck, I've found that the best way to unstick him and make him see his signals is that, but until he goes into the depot, and he's empty so I can send him into the depot, and that will let us just clean the whole thing up. And let's do that. So we need to go back to Telford Power, put Telford Power back in. And with these guys all unstuck now, hopefully, things will start moving. Again. And this is why I'm seriously considering a spur line down, or better yet, for Hastings, maybe we should consider an entirely different spur. And that's what I'm considering here. We're going to go with a whole different spur route. So, as much as I was hoping that this would make things just work, it didn't. And was it there? Maybe. So the real question now is to go to that depot, open him up, close and open the schedule. With his actual individual train schedule open, and coming to the other schedule, close the depot for the moment. We're going to park this directly underneath it so we know that that's that vehicle. And we know that we jammed up a lot of vehicles with these guys. And there are still vehicles stuck in this game. And that's what stinks. Okay. We're going to go back to our normal directional look. So he's coming out of Telford Coal. We want to tell him to come by here. We're going to use the ML1. His next should be the ML8. After that, the next point that he has is the ML2 choke point, where we took out some signals. And that, at first, was, I thought, the issue. But no, not really. Then, to convince him to come this way, we're going to have him hit that spot there. That way he doesn't come back over here and try to use the diamond that no longer exists. That gets him back into home. Now, going back the other way, we're going to insert. We want him to go this direction. Come up to the ML2 checkpoint. Waypoint. Hit the ML8 waypoint. And hit the ML1 waypoint to go in. Now the question is, will he run or will he say he doesn't have a route? Well, he's coming out. So let's see what happened. And another thing we're going to do is, thankfully we've had no construction, but we do need to do a couple of little bits of destruction here. We need to fix that little spot. And then we have an extra bit of track that's been eating cash as well. Yeah, the Junker's 52, whole bunch of other stuff. Okay. Now we gotta wait for the next jam up. And I should have really been monitoring this a lot better. Anybody coming through here, we need to take and start narrowing them down to those specific checkpoints. And so I'm going to take a peek at this guy. That's the call you're for. I think I fixed him. And just to confirm, we're going to go to his schedule. And no, the call year 4 has never been fixed that we know of. He comes from Round Lake Carbons all the way down. So he's running through that little stretch, but he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. Do you see my mistake? Yep, it's from when this was still a one-way here. And I am thinking about doing this further back up now because of this. But we're going to need to take a look. And as that's going towards Telford, we need to insert before the previous checkpoint. But he should have been on here, but he doesn't really need it there. But that's where we're going to do it. We're going to do the ML6. We're going to skip this. Now with the signal flipped around, he should be all right. But we're going to take out that original checkpoint. Take out the one we added, because I just realized we added it in the wrong spot. Come to here. Add to there. Add to there. And that should have fixed him. But I don't think it did. Why? Well, this is why. There. Yep, it did fix it. It just took it a minute to go through. And then we can go to here. But he should be also checking in at all the other waypoints. So on his return, prior to that, he should be hitting that waypoint, the Ibs Glass waypoint, and of course the dreaded Nightmare East waypoint. Coming into the gas station, the exact opposites. He needs to be checking at each of those waypoint markers, so that he gets to where he's supposed to go the right way. And I think that's been a lot of issues for a lot of my trains, was I had the waypoints, but I wasn't using waypoint settings. Now, another thing I'm going to do is fix this, because this is a nightmare. It's too tight, too small, and he really doesn't matter anymore because it was an old crossover that we no longer utilize as a crossover. We do need a signal there. I was trying to take and have a priority signal, or a signal that took away his priority. This guy needs to be back a little bit further. And then we can take out that interim signal that's just too tight for our needs. And this may help us. We're going to add one other signal while we're down here, just so I can have two trains coming along this down the road if I ever add trains into this, even if they're just small little guys. And those Gas 2s are going good. I wonder how the Gas 3 is going to look like after this nightmare. So, waypoints. Just remember, try to leave yourself a marker, because there's no waypoint station or structure that you put on the rails in Simutrans like there are in some of the other games for those. So you got to take and kind of mark them, and so you know what you're doing. I'm Kelly Jack. I know after showing you the mess I just went through that you're having a better day than I am.